Hey everybody, Tara Green here, and I wanted to give you an update about what's going on this week because it's very, 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 very intense, and I'm sure you're already feeling it. So yesterday, on the 25th of July, you could feel Venus square Jupiter in Aries, and that probably upset a lot of tummies. Personally, I haven't been feeling like eating for the last 3 days, and I chalk it up to that. So the moon has finally entered Cancer late on the 25th. So here we are on the 26th above here. So the moon in Cancer, of course, is in her home sign. So we're definitely feeling very emotional, very moody, very over the top, very sentimental. So a lot of childhood issues would be coming up. If you feel like crying, that's perfectly fine to do at this time. So your tummy can be extra, extra upset as well. So you can see Cancer moon squares Jupiter in Aries. That's early in the morning. And of course, squares are always hard aspects, and then you can see there's 3 more coming up today. So the challenge is going to be to relieve your defenses. Jupiter in Aries, the master defensive artist, like, the warrior, not going to take off that mask. And of course, Chiron in Aries, which has been going on for the last while and will continue for a long time. This is like toxic masculine energy, or just defending that innocent, wounded child. So it's a great time to do inner child work. Again, that was coming up yesterday. I definitely was feeling that as well. So the moon will then conjunct Venus in Cancer. So it would be a good time for you to really love your inner child. Really treat yourself like a little innocent baby. So any nurturing needs that you did not receive as a child, you're going to have to call upon the Great Mother, whether you see her as Mother Mary or any kind of Divine Mother, Ceres, Demeter, Isis, whatever goddess that's mothering and nurturing and nurses you and feeds you and makes you feel absolutely safe. That is the energy to be in. If you want to just stay home and nest and be cozy, or not get out of bed, or whatever that is, do that for yourself. Get into a big bath, rebirth yourself at this time. Mercury is going to square Mars. You can see that in the afternoon. So Mercury in Leo is very proud and can be vain and very strong-willed, squaring off between Mars and Taurus. So you got to be careful about what you say, not to be arrogant. Mercury in Leo is likely to be arrogant, and again, meeting with defensiveness. And so I think that energy has been coming up for the last couple of days too, intensifying here on the 26th. So Mars in Taurus rules the passion to make sure you have your valuables, your tools, your resources at hand. And Mercury Leo means you want to speak proudly about it. So it can be a good time to be like the rooster and crow your pride like Peter Pan, and crow about yourself, and show off a little bit, show off your wealth. That can be one aspect of it, but can also be speaking out about food. Mars and Taurus is about food and resources and inflation and things like that. So make sure your willpower gets shown out into the world. The moon in Cancer sextiles Mars and Taurus as well. So again, this brings in a softer edge, that Cancer and moon to Mars and Taurus. Love your body. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you when you need to eat, not because you think you eat, because it's, moon in Cancer is emotional eating, eating for security. This is more like, what is my body telling me? The body never lies, okay? So then later at night here, the moon in Cancer squares Chiron and Aries again. You can take off your own armor with yourself, okay? You don't have to do it in front of anybody else. You don't have to get naked in front of anybody else about how you're really feeling, but at least do it to yourself. Now, as we're coming up to the 27th here, Cancer moon sextiles Uranus and Taurus. Okay, now there is some really major aspects coming up right now, which I'm going to talk about, and especially coming up on the weekend, involving Uranus, involving the North Node. So the North Node, which moves backwards through the zodiac, which is responsible with the South Node for creating eclipses. The North Node is the dragon's head, and the South Node is the dragon's tail, called Rahu, North Node, Ketu, South Node. This is very ancient Indian astrology, and as these nodes move backwards through the zodiac, again, they create eclipses. So the planet Uranus, the planet of shock and awe and chaos and invention and freedom and revolution and breaking away from the norms, okay, taking away the power from the elites. Okay, Uranus is connecting to the North Node in Taurus, which again is about speaking your truth. It is about grounding. It is about resources, food, valuables, blue chip things, real estate, anything that you can hold on to, anything that really makes you feel grounded, embodied. Taurus is the first earth sign, so it's where the spirit, Aries is the spirit, enters the body. So Taurus, of course, as a fixed earth sign, does not like change. And Uranus, since it's been in Taurus since 2018, is the big cosmic cattle prod. So like it or not, change is going to come. So Uranus and Mars, in a way, are like the Tower card in the Tower, number 16. So at 9/11, America was living the Tower card, okay, very literally. So as Uranus meets the North Node at 18 degrees of Taurus, that degree is very powerful, okay? So you want to look up where 18 degrees Taurus is in your own natal chart to find out how this energy is affecting you. So you want to innovate, you want to break free, you want to manifest the tools, the resources, the facts, the reality to move forward, to break free of anything that's been holding you back. Someone mentioned to me they find Mars and Taurus has to do with hoarders, which I can see. It's about holding on or defending what you own. Now the planet Mars is 2 degrees away right now from that Uranus North Node conjunction, but it will be exact on the weekend. Okay, so Uranus and the North Node and Mars connecting with that is actually on August 1st. Okay, so pretty intense. Okay, Mars, Uranus. Expect the unexpected. It is chaos. It is dangerous. Uranus rules uranium, so there's a danger of, atomic spill or a nuclear attack or any kind of unexpected, like it's an avalanche, a shock and awe. It's explosive, especially with Mars there. It's dangerous. There could be shootings. There can be earthquakes, lots of earthquakes going off, earth changes, things like that. Again, the fiat market, the crypto market, everything being in turmoil and being upset and being totally renovated. So this where there might be big regulations to try to put everything in those orders, but also revolution, freedom. People are not going to buy what the elites are telling them. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so Moon in Cancer, Sextile Uranus and Taurus, back to Wednesday here. Yeah, what you need to do to feel safe, to break free, just take it slow. Okay, listen to your feelings. Mercury trines Chiron. Again, this is good to open up those wounds, to dress them, to kiss them, to love your wounds. That's the only way to get healed. Moon in Cancer in conjunct Saturn and Aquarius. Again, Saturn and Aquarius, we are bound by Saturn to go through this revolution, to break free of the old bonds. Capitalism is okay as long as it's not out of order, as long as only 1% own all the wealth. Capitalism moves goods around. We need that. So the difference between the old patriarchal order, which Saturn can be, and women's needs. And so we're seeing that fight between women's bodies and autonomy. Saturn and Aquarius is autonomy. Cancer, Moon, trine Neptune and Pisces, very dreamy. Don't go into a dream so much that you get lost. It is a time of projecting, so I would say visualize yourself being extremely safe, spiritually, emotionally, in your house, loved unconditionally. That's what Neptune and Pisces is. Very beautiful, very creative. Do some writing, do some journaling, do some singing, dancing. And then the Moon opposes Pluto, always a difficult aspect. You can see that in the evening. Again, power struggles. And then the Moon is void, of course, at that time. And then the Moon enters Leo late on the 27th in Pacific daylight time. And then we get to the 28th here. Now, this is a new moon at 5 degrees of Leo. Moon enters Leo at 2:36 a.m. Again, this is Eastern Daylight Time, new moon, 5 degrees Leo, 10:55 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 1:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, add 4 hours for GMT. Now, Jupiter also goes retrograde on this day. So to have Jupiter moving retrograde indicates Jupiter is very powerful right now. I believe it's at 8 degrees of Aries. And so Jupiter's station brings in this very powerful turning point. Okay, now remember that Jupiter is going to retrograde back right out of Aries, back into Pisces from the end of October until December, till 2 months later, the end of December. So we'll get to revisit Jupiter and Pisces in its strength for 2 months there. So that's going to be a very different, one last, once in 13-year sense of Jupiter really being exalted in its best possible place. So the new moon there, there's lots of, again, that Mercury square Uranus to the North Node and Mars there as well. Okay, so very big shock and awe. You know, lots of energies, not really mingling, but a chance to really break out of the box. I will address this with the new moon Leo separately. Mercury square Uranus, the challenge is to listen to your heart. Mercury and Leo is listening to your heart. Having the courage and the daring to stand up for what you believe in, for what your truth is, for what your body is telling you, always about body autonomy. And then the moon trines Jupiter in Aries again, so a sense of new beginnings, breaking free. So that's all for now. I want to just give you this update here for the next 3 days. Please follow me at tarottarot.com, subscribe to my YouTube channel, sending you many, many blessings. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.